good with it? In the hood with it? Welcome back to the Collective Clips, where you already know we get it in, right? But before we get it in, let's hit that like and subscribe button. Put your notification bell on all so that way you're directed in the direction of the dope content I am kicking. And I highly appreciate all the support I'm getting. Thank you. We're going up on this channel, and it's all because of you, and I'm humbled for it. Thank you very much. So I like to answer a lot of the questions that a lot of the subscribers ask me, if I can. And one of the questions that's been coming up quite frequently is the question, hey, is SPM really getting out? Are his charges facts? What's going on with SPM, man? How is he going to be received? Is he going to be well received, in the state of California when he gets out? I know he's from Texas, and they do big things in Texas, right? And all I could say is that's up for interpretation, whether his charges are actual facts or not. I myself, from day one, have always rocked the narrative that I cannot fuck with SPM whatsoever. Period. Right? The dude's a choma. Okay, I don't care how they wiggle around it or what they say. All the way from conspiracy theories. And I'm wearing this shirt today, Nipsey Hussle, because his death right here, people like to say was a conspiracy theory as well, right? It's always going to be rest in peace, Nip, period. But, I've heard a lot of stories along the way when it comes to SPM. It was a conspiracy theory. They were trying to extort him for money. He was hated on because he was doing big things for Mexicans. And quietly as it's kept, after reading all the paperwork and looking at the trials and going through all the motions and giving him the benefit of the doubt just because he was Mexican, right? I'm going to keep it real. Yes, a little racial. I looked at it like, okay, I'm going to give this motherfucker the benefit of the doubt based on his ethnicity, right? I was wrong, right? Doesn't matter what color he is, skin color. Doesn't matter what flag he rocks or who he rocks with. The fact of the matter is, this vato was convicted of a violent, ugly, chomo-style charge, right? Now, with all this Danny Masterson stuff going on with this hard R on his jacket, Master Baderson's over there doing what he does. And people are wondering, well, how is this chomo SPM able to wiggle through 20 plus years of incarceration without anything happen to him? But you guys are constantly talking about Danny Masterson can't go to the motherfucking yard without getting his culo touched on a little bit, right? Well, I'm going to break it down, the reasonings why. And there's one big reason, okay? And it's not to slight anyone or disrespect anyone, but I'm going to break down step by step. Why? And then we're going to get to all the other gayada, right? First of all, he's not in the state of California, period. He's in the state of Texas. Now, Texas wiggles. Texas is known to handle their business. Their corrections facilities and prisons are vicious. From everything that I've heard from homeboys that have done time there to people that are actually and factually from Texas, they say, shit, chomos are not allowed to walk the yard. Rapos don't hit the yard like that. They get smacked on quick. Okay, so this leads me to believe one thing and one thing only. Either SPM has been able to buy his way or talk his way out of certain situations, or he's in protective custody, segregated from everyone else. See, one thing I do know about other state prisons is just like the state of California, they have protective custody. Okay, they have places where they can put these guys so that their safety doesn't get jeopardized, so that their safety isn't as much of a concern as it really is, right? But they're constantly going to be watched. If he hits the wrong area, goes to visiting with the wrong people, happens to be in medical transport with the wrong individuals that recognize him, and he's very recognized, especially in the state of Texas, SPM will get slapped up a little bit. Period. It doesn't matter if people believe he's innocent or guilty or whatever. It doesn't matter. Once you're convicted and you have those type of crimes on your jacket, in your C-file, on your headpiece, then people want your biscuits. And they want SOS that morning, right? They're trying to dip your shit in gravy, and that's just what it is. So let's talk about why or if he's been involved in any incidences. I'm sure he has. But just like I said in my last video, man, my previous videos, anytime an assault or something happens in a correctional facility, a prison, doesn't usually be reported. TMZ ain't all over it, right? I can't find it all out. Shit's happened every day in prisons in California, Texas, doesn't matter what state you're from, New York City, Florida, that doesn't get reported on. It's just an everyday incident, whether someone gets sliced up, battery packed, slapped up, fucking cheeks spread, and motherfuckers trying to take their Fruit Loop. That's just how it is. Okay, we are only hearing about things like, say, with Danny Masterson because it's popularized right now. His name is floating his boat. That's the only reason. But you know, that same day that Danny Masterson was allegedly assaulted, there's probably 5 other things that happened that day we just didn't hear about. Because no one cares if you don't have a big old name, if you don't have money, if you don't have a big group behind you. No one's tripping. That's part of prison. Assaults happen daily. That's why prisons are constantly on lockdown. That's why I say to you that watch me, prison is no joke as far as your safety and security, and it's a lot of boredom because you're constantly on lockdown, because any little thing that happens could affect, you know, your livelihood out there. It could affect what you got going on. So I'm sure SPM's been involved in numerous assault attempts or assaults. Maybe he got off, you know. In most cases, just because a guy is a chomo, let's break it down, or has an R on his jacket is a weirdo, right? Doesn't mean he can't fight. Doesn't mean he won't pick up a fierro. You know, in fact, most of those guys like to hold fierros, but it doesn't mean that they won't protect themselves. It just means he's got some type of fucking weirdoisms going on in his brain, in his head. Now, when I looked into the SPM charges and the trials and the statements and everything that was said, I mean, there's a lot more out there than's been told and said in public that meets the eye. You know, a lot of people like to say, oh, he got in trouble because of his old lady or his baby's mom. She was young and she worked at a club as a stripper, and hey, you would do it yourself. No fucking I wouldn't. Just like that boy Baby Bash said, oh, I could tell she was 14. I don't know why he couldn't tell, but I could tell, right? I could tell too, right? If she was 14, 15, 16, any type of teen, I'm going to question it, right? But I guess let's just say, because the wind is blowing, that this motherfucker couldn't tell, right? He was drunk that night. He was all yayed out or whatever. And he's at this strip club and this little youngster's trying to come on to him. And of course, he's already got priors of being into youngsters. See, that's what they don't tell you. He already was not charged, but accused 8 previous times of being with younger women, girls, right? And so anyways, he dips in and does what he does, right? I'd rather not discuss it because the details of it are just nasty. But, okay, we're going to give him the pass. He made a mistake. He made a mistake. He can rap good. He can rap good, so he's entitled. I guess because he raps better than the rest of us, he's entitled. I don't think so, but he's entitled to a few more mistakes than we would be, right, as just normal citizens. So if we fucking sleep with the youngster on accident, fuck that. Off with his head. But if SPM does it, well, hey, bro, his third wish was to rock the world. Remember that, right? No, so I don't remember none of that. All I know is what he has on his jacket. So anyways, he gets locked up or gets accused of this and says, oh, it's too late now. I'm going to still chill with her. I'm still going to support her and take care of the baby, even though she's a baby herself. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to fucking buy diapers fucking in both sizes. And he's doing his thing. And there's that rumor that he pulled up to the middle school to drop her off and that they started to form some type of relationship. I don't know if that's true, but I think sometime in the meantime, in between time, he should have been able to figure out somebody, you know what I'm saying, likes Fruit Loops in the morning, right? Somebody likes watching Captain Caveman on Saturday mornings. Somebody, you know, when he walked into the house to meet her fucking abuelita, the Rainbow Bright bedspread didn't fucking, you know, catch his eye. Whatever. That is not what he's charged for. See, a lot of people like to throw that story out there and justify, well, it was a mistake. It was an accident. Shit happens. But no, this other shit that he's charged for, that just happened. What he's really charged for is having a sleepover at his pad with his youngest daughter in the nine-year-old area, had a friend that came over, and all of a sudden, she's the one that accused him of doing some bad things to her. She's the one that went back to her family, and then, of course, they brought charges. Now, I know a lot of people like to say, oh, they were just trying to extort him for money. They wanted money. I mean, that happens. There's always going to be a slimy, greasy, Grinch-ass lawyer that's slithering around that's going to get in the parents' earlobe like, hey, we can milk this motherfucker for a whole bunch of money. He's got it. He's famous. Yeah, he's a weirdo, but at the same time, let's get his ass, right? So they, of course, asked Frank, can we get some compensation, you know, so for some pain and suffering? So I could understand them asking for money. But like I said, once you break down the details of his exact charges, it's an ugly situation. And like I said, he had priors out there on the calles. His name was floating out there for doing weird shit. He liked youngsters. Let's just keep it real, man. Fuck how good he could rap. Fuck what he was doing for the Mexican people. And you act like he was a revolutionary like Mandela. Well, here's the Mandela effect for your ass, right? That vato still got a cornucopia on his ass. He straight up facts, right? did some wild shit and got incarcerated for it. Now, he had his trial. He had his appeal. Guilty, right? Through everything. You know, if you watch the actual trial, the father of the daughter actually made a statement saying, come on, bro. You know, you done did that. I mean, I should choke the shit out of you, right? And then if you listen at the very end, the judge had a lot to say. Now, whether they were making this, they were laying a fucking demo down for other people to see that, hey, in Texas, we don't fuck around. I don't think that's the case. I truly, honestly believe, and this is just my belief, right? Don't sue me because of my fucking, I got the First Amendment, eh? I truly believe that fool's a fucking weirdo and has a disease in his brain. That's just me, okay? So anyways, let's fast forward past the ultimate conviction and him doing a whole bunch of time, even though all his fans are out there, why can't we be friends? Go ahead, be a friend. Just don't take your kids around him. And that's it. So this man goes to the Texas Department of Corrections. The TDC does his time. How he does it, I don't know. Whether he's segregated or if he is on the linea, I doubt it, man. With all those tangos, man, if you ain't blasting, you ain't lasting. The Texas Syndicate and all these other groups and organizations they have in Texas, best believe, Holmes, they have the idealism, same idealism as the characteristics of Vatos from California. He is not going to be able to just walk that linea like that. They kept him in a cushy, nice little spot, man, away from everybody. Probably the THU, the Texas Housing Unit, where they got fucking weirdos and Vatos from Texas. The real ones are like, fuck that, eh? He's kept apart. So now he's done 20 plus years on this conviction. Went through his appeal process and spaghetti-o. He's still stuck there. So now he's looking at a date. Okay, and this is what we're going to get to. He's looking at a date. And when I say looking at a date, that means he's looking at a date to be released. You know, that's the one thing that everyone strives and looks forward to in prison is getting a date. You hear a lot of these rap songs, I got the homie locked up doing 2-5 with the L with no date, right? They're doing 25 to life with no date. That means that they never got a projected release date. See, when you get incarcerated, say they give you 7 years, okay? What happens is you get your paperwork from prison. And in that paperwork, there's going to be that release date 7 years from the day that you got convicted. And then there's going to be an EPRD, the earliest projected release date. Okay, and that earliest projected release date changes sometimes if you're fucking putting in that work, right? That early, and we used to have this in the Youth Authority too. No one hit that EPRD. No, EPRD, don't they see that song, You Got to Chill? And one of them has green eyes? Oh no, that's EPMD. Fuck it, it's close enough. EPRD, the earliest projected release date is the earliest date you can get out if you go to classes, if you get your GED, if you're doing good, do social thinking skills, anger management, whatever, be a model citizen and program, then after you're 85%, or back in the days, it used to be day for day, 80%. They just switched a lot of things around. Depending upon your case factors and if it's a violent crime, you get 85%. Some people don't. Violations, usually 100%. But that means how many days you're going to do incarcerated. And that earliest projected release date is going to be the day that you supposedly could get out, right? And like I said, 9 times out of 10, if you're fucking about the business, you throw that out the window, Humps. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get the APRD, the after the fucking projected release date. You're going to max out. So, and maxing out is not a bad thing because actually it affects your parole. When you get out, you don't have to do that much time on parole. It's just, we can get real technical and I can give you guys the rundown, but that could be for another video. Either way, this fucker SPM Chomo, fucking the king himself, has a projected release date of next year, or he's going to some type of board hearing. Anyways, the word on the curb is he's getting out of prison after 20-something years being locked up for being a chomo. Now, there's kids that weren't even born then, okay, that have only know him through social media or what they've heard or his music. And all I can say is he was your fucking father's fucking favorite rapper. And your father didn't know. Don't hold it against him. When he found out, I'm sure he threw his CD out like the rest of us. Now, if he gets out, will he be well received in the state of Texas? I've always tripped out on social media. And when I do a video on him, there's always a Vato from Texas that throws it on his podcast and uses little clips. And he's like, hey, man, he's trying to justify what he did and respects to them Vatos for standing true and 10 toes down in what they believe in. I can't knock them. I can't hate their opinion in the situation. But see, in California, Holmes, I'm not going to justify or back up some Vato just because he's from my state and be like, oh, no, fuck that, homie. He's good. He's good. If he's bad, he's bad. Okay? If he did shit to kids, what about them children? What about them kids? No, her parents manipulated her. It doesn't matter. She went up there and said it. Well, now that she has a Facebook and she says she's his #1 fan. What the fuck is she doing looking at this vato, right? He's a convicted child molester. Doesn't matter whether he did it or not. He's convicted of it. That's what people don't understand. See, in the state of California, it's different. Once you're convicted on it, I had homeboys. They got convicted on some wild shit. The homie's like, bro, you already... Shut the fuck up. What the fuck you thought you knew? I do know, bitch. You're convicted. That's it. Sorry, but they were all white people. And I like coffee, brother. And I'm going to ride with the woods on this one because, look, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, bro. That's like having a homeboy that's charged on some sexual deviant crimes and he takes a deal. Hey, fool, fuck that, eh? With his hands in his pocket, stay off for probation. Is that right? I jumped on it, eh? Because fuck, that can do 3.5 months. You know how many fucking dicks my old lady's going to suck in that time? Do you know how many she's going to suck after I'm done beating you up? Says, I'm ready. Boom. Look, if you didn't do the crime, then you fight that time. You go to the fucking hole. You don't go around degenerates or weirdos or pieces of shit. You just keep on fighting and go from hole to hole to hole. You're going to have black guys going to trial. What happens, sir? I didn't fucking do it, right? You're going to be all beat up, but you're going to be respected. Your word is all you have, especially in prison. They're going to be like, hey, the homie's good, bro. Hey, ultimately, they overturned that bullshit. And did you see this fucking, the size of his knuckles? He like grew an extra knuckle. He looks like Captain Caveman, or he looks like a mix between Captain Caveman and Lucille Ball when she was acting all crazy and beating up on Ricky Ricardo, right? Look, the end of the day is like this. This is what happens. If you didn't do that, you scream it from the mountaintops. I'm innocent. And you fight, Craig, to live another day. But this individual SPM just took it slow. Man, he wanted you to believe that he didn't do it. Come on, man, I wouldn't do, I wouldn't do some shit. No, we don't, puto. 9 other times they said you did some shit like that. Even his boy Baby Batch, who has backed him up the whole time, said, I could tell she was 14. I don't know how he couldn't tell. Yeah, exactly. Except if there was nothing wrong with it, how can you tell? But your boy couldn't. Oh, no, your boy just wasn't wearing his glasses that day, huh? Lente loco. Now, crazy eyes, crazy glasses. Now, let's say he's released next year. And how he's going to be released and why. And he's done a lot of time and they can't keep you locked up forever unless you're sentenced to forever. He's not. Okay, he got sentenced to, I believe, 40 years. But, of course, he's been programming, segregated from everyone, not getting caught. That shows you that he's not getting caught up in different things that's going on because he was able to facilitate some type of board hearings so he could be released. Now, of course, if he is released, I'm sure he's going to be established in Texas. He's a 50-year-old fucking man that everyone's like, he's going to tour the world. He's not Madonna. This ain't the borderline. Okay, he's not Taylor Swift. He's going to go over there and fake a fucking relationship with a football player. He's none of that. He's a 50-year-old washed up convicted child molester that everyone's like, the king is back. The savior's back. Back? He was never there, homie. Just because he's from your fucking town, your state, your whatever, and you got, you know what I mean? I don't care. Hey, look it. They say, hey, gun, I thought you back up the raza, right or wrong. No, right. Not wrong. Not wrong, homie. Hey, if I see a motherfucker getting jumped by 6 white guys, I'm going to go over there and start throwing coffee packs at everyone and ninjutsu and all that and help them. And then if there's I'm like, what the? I'm going to pick, hey, homie, what happened? It's because I raped the razas. Come on, white guys. Meatloaf after this on me. Right? We're going to get them. I don't do wrong, right? Only right. Now, so I don't play that Mexican bullshit. Oh, he's a South Park Mexican. Hey, first of all, I battled the South for a lot of years, and a lot of them call themselves Mexicanos. I'm Chicano, so bam, there we go. You know, paisa, stand up, respects. So, nah, I don't fuck with that dude like that. But what's going to happen when he gets out? Is he going to be embraced? There's going to be a lot of people that show support. Okay, is he going to get right back into the rap game? Because people are like, oh, he still raps good. Of course he's sitting there writing raps, and he has nothing else to do but push-ups, fucking watch fucking cartoons on the kids' network and eat fucking sopas. So of course he's gonna get out with a fucking bubble gut and a whole bunch of raps written down. You know, are people gonna fucking support him like they once did? I don't think so. I know in the state of California he gets no love. There are those that still support him because they believe. There's always people that are fucking, they're innocent. They're innocent. There's people right now, Danny Masterson's innocent. He didn't do it. It's 25 years. The chick should have said, the chicks did say something, puto. The only reason that they fucking didn't hear because they were trying to suppress the evidence because there's a whole bunch of rich people that said, shut up, bitch, right? That's why. Let's be real. I'm uncut and raw right here on my channel. I don't add preservatives, okay? This ain't Kool-Aid. I'm not serving you guys up bullshit to get you diabetes. I'm serving you up the real and raw, you know what I'm saying? Not scrambled eggs, homie. Toma, fried. You know, we're going to fry a motherfucker right here. We're going to let it be known. This dude, SPM, if he gets out, he gets no love in the state of California. He gets no love in a lot of places. Do you think a lot of these, he's got, of course, he owns his own little record label, Dope House Records. And, you know, I'm sure there are some grimy individuals that will sign him behind the scenes because they see some dollars right there. But he's not going to be doing world tours like people say, oh, he's going to blow back up. He's going to be back on top. He was never on fucking top, homie. Let me chop it down for you, right? As a Mexicano, as someone, man, that loves his people so much, I can tell you, we've never been on top in the hip-hop game. That's the brothers thing. That was Pac and Nip and fucking Run DMC and KRS-One, and they were on the top. DMX and all that. When have you ever fucking seen South Park Mexican go on their Grammys and say, for the best album, you know? No, the closest thing we ever got was the BET Awards and Mexican OT going up there chewing on a fucking thing, wearing a straw hat, and Chi-Chi's hanging everywhere. But I respect it. He don't got no weird case. So look, SPM... getting out, people are saying, do you think, hey, he's going to get shown love? I don't think so. I think he's going to be a washed up has-been ex-rapper that got chomo charges. Believe, them charges will follow him wherever he goes. When he goes into a major record label and they're like, yeah, we want to sign you, but fuck, bro. You know what I'm saying? Your safety and security is in jeopardy, especially in the state of California. Because I'm going to do a video in a little bit. I'm going to record it and I'll drop it later on, man. That's going to talk about that exact thing about, you know, green lights and do they continue to follow you. And the difference on hard and soft and all that. So we'll get to that. You know, I mean, hard-boiled eggs. Anyways, with South Park Mexican, I hope that answers your question. We could sit here and argue all day and I could break down the whole basis of his trial and whatever, pick through it. And there's always going to be people that support him no matter what. Unless they see actual fucking video evidence and then they'll say it was AI. There's no justification anymore. There's no way to prove or change a motherfucker's mind. They're going to believe what they believe. My mind says this. He's a convicted child molester. He did 20-something years, got shot down in his case, got shot down on his appeal. Nobody told on him, none of that weird shit. He went up there and had his good lawyers with all that South Park Mexican money and still got convicted. I hate even talking about this weirdo, but people ask me questions about it, right? So I'm going to tell you the truth. It is what it is. If he gets out, do I believe he's going to get out? Yes. I believe he's going to get out. Them types of people do, right? And he's going to get out and people are like, oh, what do you think's going to happen? And he's going to go home, hug on his daughter a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Probably try to hook up with his ex-old lady or her. Now he married his daughter's young friend. Oh, they don't tell you that one though, huh? The wind's blowing. Hey, hook me up. What kind of man in his right mind? Okay, shit happens. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even gonna lie, man. My daughter had a couple friends. They were like 25, 26. I used to be like, damn, right? But hey, hook me up with your homegirl, your 18-year-old homegirl so I can marry her. Come on, man. The proof is in the pudding. You know what I'm saying? Bill Cosby. Straight up weird shit. Anyways, with that being said, do I believe SPM will get out? Yes. Do I believe he's going to blow up and he's going to be well received? No. There's a lot of authors in Texas that don't rock like that. There's a lot of authors that do support him. He has a big support system. I can't lie about that one. I guess, you know, maybe I should become a rapper and more people will like me. I don't know. As far as California, a lot of the street politics come from inside, come from prison politics. So, of course, you're going to have a whole lot of gente that don't support him and say, fuck him, straight up off the top. But deep down at the end of the day, they're over there bumping SPM tracks. I'm going to tell you right now, it won't be well received. If he goes on tour in the state of California to certain cities, he's going to get smashed on. Facts. You know, it's just what it is, man. Ask Lighter Shade of Brown. They had to go through the bullshit. Little Rob in San Jose. You know what I'm saying? You see Northern California rappers still ain't pulling up down south to do a concert. Everybody knows their boundaries and everything's based upon gangs and territories and streets. You think they're just going to let a child molester fucking with a big old name just come and just rock? Because a few bodyguards got him? Shit, homie, you better come with more than that. He better bring Bigfoot, the Loch Ness Monster, the aliens from Miami, Mike Tyson with his R on his jacket, and a whole bunch of other people, right? Shit, to back his play. That about to need Joe Rogan in a real way. Joe Rogan ain't fucking with chomos. With that being said, I hope that you move smooth with a purpose. Get everything that you want coming, and remember, at the end of the day, it's all about the strive, the struggle, the struggle, the strive. I hope I answer the questions concerning SPM. I hate talking about that guy. And for those of you guys who really, truly, honestly believe he's not guilty, hey, make some tea, drink some, wax on, wax off, and get off my channel, man, because I'm going to tell you right now, this ain't for you if you're an SPM fan. I mean, if you are, we could just agree to disagree. That's cool, too. But I'll just keep it real. I don't fuck with them. With that being said, thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive, struggle for what I truly believe in, and that's the betterment of all people. And the main thing is this. Is he going to get out next year? I believe he is. And it's not because of technicalities or they found some new DNA and he's innocent. It's because he served a lot of time, man, and they're going to show him some love now. It's just what it is, you know? But I've seen dudes do fucking 30 years get out and get killed at the bus stop. It's crazy. Bang, bang. The gun.